Well, I'm Matt Sullivan, and I'm a farmer at heart. And so I've been going to the NAS for 24 years. What does farming mean to me is next to God, everything. But ever since I've been a little kid, I've always wanted to farm. It's been a joy being able to farm my entire life. And I have degrees in farming, and I manage a farm for Ohio State University along with being a farmer myself. So when you say, what do you do? Well, I'm a farmer. I got to farm with my dad and with my grandfather for, I would say, close to 20 years. Our family was very close. We would farm together, but we would pray together and we would read the Bible a lot. And my dad was my spiritual rock. And so over time, I got to learn how to be that spiritual rock for my family. I'll tell you an interesting story about a guy in church. His name's Dick Brungarth. And Dick and I were visiting one day, and I said, Dick, I got to make a choice between planting corn or going to a baseball game. He said, park your planter. He said, go to the game. He says, the Lord will provide for you. He said, he always does. He said, you've grown up in an agriculture family. He says, you know, the Lord will take care of you. And he was right.
I'm Timothy Sullivan.
And I'm Caleb Sullivan, and we want to talk to you about our dad.
Pastor Dale put out on Facebook that he was really interested in seeing a story of how a dad has impacted their son's life. And I couldn't think of a better example than my dad and how he showed his love all the time through farming and getting off the tractor and coming and supporting us.
So whether it was a Friday night football game or a Saturday night basketball game, Dad always parked the equipment and came to our stuff.
He made it his priority to make sure that he was there to support us, just like his dad supported him throughout high school and his events.
Looking back at all the baseball games and everything and parking the planter, I don't regret missing that day of planting corn. Maybe it was the most optimum day, but that may have been 10 years ago. I don't remember that day, but I remember the memories. Or we got that really special, neat photo of the three of us standing together. And maybe they'll learn to be able to pass that torch down to their kids.
Seeing Dad show his love over all these years, getting off the tractor has meant so much to me, and it just shows even more how much the Father shows his love to us.
It's a perfect representation of giving up things you love for things you love more. I mean, seeing Dad up in the stands has meant everything to me, and I can be grateful for that forever.
And as we go on to being fathers, it's going to translate over to showing our children what it means to love them.
Exactly.
It's a way to be able to spend time with their families and understand the importance of eating dinner together and talking together and being able to celebrate those life events that you can't get back. You can't get back that baseball game. You can't get back that time at the dinner table. It's that vacation that he said, well, my field's a little bit weedy this year, but we sure had a fun time on the beach.
So my grandpa had always told my dad, it'll be worth it to get off the tractor and come see one of our sporting events and everything, and he's stuck to that.
Every single game, every single hog show, every single event, he's always been there. A lot of memories stick out as to when Dad got off the tractor and came and supported us, but one of the biggest ones happens to be this year when it was a rainy season in the beginning, and it had just gotten dry, and he chose to get off the tractor and come support our family and celebrate my grandpa's 92nd birthday. And to see Dad choose to come and love and support on his family instead of planting when he knew that the planting season was getting shorter and shorter, he came and supported and celebrated and loved with his family.
There's things that we do give up. And so there's time that I gave up maybe an opportunity to get the crop in the ground at the right time. But I sacrificed because I know the importance of family. And I did give up things to love my family more. When I get older, I realize that all the baseball games will be gone. The basketball games will be over. But one thing that'll be left is the love of our family. And so being able to pass that legacy on to our family about the love of God and farming and how those two can go together and be able to just worship as a family and enjoy the company we have.
Dad, thank you so much for loving us unconditionally. Thank you for pouring into us not only as men, but Christian men.
Thank you so much for being the godly role model and being such a Christ-like example in our lives. This will continue out into further generations.